Hi, everybody. Mayor Lou Manzo here. Hope that you're doing well as we all prepare for the holiday season that is upon us. I wanted to touch base with you on a couple of things today. First, I'm recording this on Friday afternoon, right on the heels of the email I sent out on Thursday concerning the drones that we've all been seeing and everybody has questions about. I'm hoping that by the time you see this early next week, um, that we'll have some further definition and clarity since that demand is ramping up with our state representatives and obviously the governor seeking some clarity from the federal government. Understand that we too are frustrated by the fact that we're being told that we don't know, what they are or where they come from, but in the same sentence, that there is no threat. And just understand that the clarity we hope to seek to gain at some point um, is one thing, but we also right now are take the position that um, not knowing what these drones are does in fact pose a threat to our residents, and that's really the line that we're drawing in the sand, and that's what's being conveyed up the chain here. So hopefully we'll have some answers on that shortly. The other thing that I'm contacting you about today is really to say thank you on a couple of fronts. First, I want to personally and really on behalf of you, the community, and then the other township committee members, thank Committeewoman Michelle Powell, who will be ending her tenure on committee at the end of the year. Michelle has sat on committee with us for 3 years, was always involved with the community prior to that on several levels. And we know that that will be the case going forward, but she has been an integral part of our committee for the last 3 years and dedicated, endless time and energy to the initiatives that she was engaged with from township committee. So we want to say thank you to Michelle. Um, and we appreciate so much all of your efforts, and we look forward to your, service on a volunteer basis going forward. And the other thank you is really to you, um, from me personally, because I too will be ending my tenure on Township Committee at the end of the year after being your mayor for the last 17 years. Um, it has been quite a ride. And if I began thanking individuals right now, uh, even I would go longer than I normally would. And so there's a time and a place for that that will happen in the near future. My former township committee members through all the years, the current township committee members, the leadership administratively, all the employees, obviously, our police department and fire and public works crews who I've become very close with over the years. Um, it has been an honor to be involved with them for all these years. And look, everybody's path to seeking local elected office is different yet similar, I would guess. Um, in my case, it really was rooted in a desire to help with getting better youth sports recreational fields and facilities. Back in the early and mid 2000s, I was coaching my daughters in soccer and basketball, and at the time, Ella Harris Park was the only park in town. So you had baseball there, soccer, football. Lacrosse really wasn't as big, 20 years ago as it is now, and we were falling all over each other. And so I was on the board of the soccer complex, and this soccer leadership was, seeking to have a candidate back in 2007 that would make that, improvement to our youth sports recreational facilities a priority. And as what happens sometimes where conversations like that happen internally, everybody kind of stepped back and I was left standing forward. I say that jokingly, but I was honored to be chosen to pursue that. And then after some family consultation, decided to do that. And that's what led to me becoming the mayor in 2008. And as I said, the focus initially was all about improving those youth recreational opportunities out there. And I would say that, over the years now, we accomplished that. Um, Now we have, the William Wilt Soccer Complex, PVS fields behind Pleasant Valley School. That's for football and lacrosse. You got the soccer complex for soccer and lacrosse and field hockey use that. And then now Ella Harris Park is really just dedicated specifically to baseball. So, we're proud of that. Obviously, once you sit in the seat and you're involved and engaged, there are other things that become priorities too. And so, you know, at the time, in the late, 2000s, 2008, 9, 10, 11, um, Harrison Township was one of the fastest growing towns in the entire state of New Jersey as far as population growth. And we were thankful in hindsight that the uh, economy kind of fell off a cliff there in 2008, 9, and 10, and gave us some time to take a breath. And we took steps to, really control the growth of the town, both population wise and then even development wise, and what things would look like, what type of uses there would be, what type of housing there would be. And again, I would say that I'm proud of where we landed. Look, there are some tough decisions along the way. And as I say, when asked questions about tough decisions, I say there are no perfect solutions, only trade-offs. And we dealt with some of that, most recently. And it's never going to be perfect, but what we have always tried to achieve is getting the best version of whatever it would be for Harrison Township. And again, I'm proud to say that the team that we assembled over the years and been involved with um, have made those hard decisions and continue to maintain our status as one of the best places to live and raise a family in the region. Main Street became a focus in helping provide incentives to renovate and rejuvenate some of the older properties, bring some of the uses that we want there. That is still happening and will continue to evolve as we speak with, potentially some restaurants and other amenities that are wanted to, from our community to come in the near future. Um, and like I said, sometimes you're put in tough positions, and I know that over the years when I've interacted with individuals in the community, I've heard those voices that maybe weren't in support of things that we were doing. But as again, we always try to explain what the lay of the land is and how decisions are made, and there's always much more to it than somebody sitting in their home that only knows what they hear. And that's the other part of what I'd say we're proud of, which is the communication platform that we've established over the years. I mean, you're looking at part of it, which is videos that we're able to send out, and we have a robust email list that gets the Happening in the Hill email every week, and over 5,000 people, the majority of which are in Harrison Township, and also be able to send out these messages. Back in the COVID days, I think I sent out about 120 messages daily and then weekly updates on health and financial resources that were becoming available. And so it's the communication thing that I just want to touch on as I leave with you and give you my insight. So take it for what it's worth. I've had 17 years worth of insight sitting in one of the five seats and hearing from residents on a regular basis. What I'd say is to have a voice, you have to connect and contact the leadership of your town. We know that people don't have time to attend meetings. You come to any of our meetings on the first and third Monday of every month, and you'll see that three or four people are there, unless there's some controversial issue. But for the most part, not a lot of people are able to come. We're busy. You're busy with life, family, kids, taking them to sports and dance class, and obviously your jobs. Which is why we created this communication platform where you could zoom in and at least watch. But certainly, when you have a question, and here's my point: when you have a question, ask the question. Ask the question directly to one of the five individual elected officials. If you hear something or um, from a neighbor or see a post on Facebook and you have a question, or what you see spurs a question, or even something that makes you angry, reach out and contact one of the people sitting in the five seats. Going forward, that's going to be an important thing. I'd say that um, we live in a world now where we're so skeptical of politicians, and what I'd say is that the local leadership of any town, and I'll speak for our town only, These are not politicians. These are your neighbors. These are your friends in many cases. Um, you can trust what they're going to say. Their positions, whether they be Democrat, Republican, or independent, their positions on national issues like immigration and gun control, or abortion or foreign policy, are irrelevant based on the job that we are charged to do, sitting in one of the five seats. It's about our community and how it relates to the region. And so, these five individuals got involved because of some passion that was triggered in them. I talked about, the sports, youth recreational sports group facilities for me. It could be anything for any of the five people sitting in those seats. But these are basically glorified volunteer positions. Dedicate your personal time to go to meetings and then get involved and engaged, not paid a lot of money, paid $100 to $150 a week. And, these are part-time positions, but full-time jobs. And so what I would say is the way that you have your voice heard is to engage with them. You can pick up the phone and call any one of them on their cell phone, which is not common in a lot of towns. If you go onto the website, you'll see the five members of our township committee have their cell phones listed. You can be in touch with them, to email them directly, you can text them. I mean, that's a constant thing in my life. And so I want to leave you with that your voice is heard if you speak, and if you speak to individuals that actually are involved and engaged, and they want you to. I'll be part of that voice going forward, connecting with them, and giving them my opinion when I think it's appropriate. Um, and so I'll leave you with saying thank you wholeheartedly. Thank you, and with the gratitude that I feel in my heart for you allowing me to serve as your mayor for the last 17 years. It has truly been an honor and a privilege to do so. And I hope that you stay well, have a great holiday, and I look forward to seeing you around town.